Sunday. Here's another installment of Salty on Religion. And I've been thinking about this one for quite a while. And it just as far as talking about it, but it's been on my mind for years. When I first became a Christian, and things I read about what Christians have done or been blamed for doing, it has to do with misinterpretations, and there are a lot of them in the Bible. Well, the Bible isn't the one, people misinterpret the Bible, but there's a lot of messages that seem pretty clear to me. I talked about tithing a few weeks ago, and tonight I want to talk a couple of things about misinterpretations in the Bible, and one of them is drinking alcohol, devil water, right? Now, there was, during the Prohibition era, there were quote-unquote Christians who were quite influential. I can't talk. I haven't even finished the whole beer yet. Quite influential. The Christian Women's Temperance Movement, Women's Christians Temperance, WCTU, and they were quite powerful in swaying political powers to bring about prohibition law. They weren't the only ones, but they were the most notable ones and most vocal and out front ones. And to me, the defense, I wasn't there, and I don't claim to know what the mentality of the population was at the time, but I can't understand how they got away with it, claiming to be Christians and being anti-alcohol, because the Bible clearly states that it doesn't say you shouldn't drink alcohol. And if anything, the first miracle in the Bible that Jesus performs is he turns water into wine. Some people have told me that well, back in ye olden day, when they talk about wine in the Bible, it's not really alcoholic wine like we know. It's grape juice. I don't think so, because it talks. The Bible also has passages about fermented drink, and it talks about using alcohol or fermented drink as medicine to calm the nerves, or as medicine in some reference that I've read. Now, the key point is that the Bible doesn't say you shouldn't drink. It says you shouldn't be a drunkard. Big difference. I know people who are alcoholics, and it's quite tragic. It's just the way of the world. Alcoholics have been the cause of a lot of other people's miseries. They are the main cause of their own misery. But that shouldn't be why we should exclude access to alcohol to people who aren't alcoholics. Same with guns, same with anything that has been abused, cars, power. Political power has been abused so often for so long that you would think that political power should be outlawed, but it isn't. Instead, we pick on things like alcohol. The other thing that seems to be kind of on the edges, on the fringes of things that Christians want to outlaw or Christians want to suppress, and it had to do back with like the Puritans, and it has to do with nudity. right? The human body, or exploiting the human body, or looking at naked pictures of women or naked pictures of men if you're a woman. And the American culture is still pretty prudish when it comes to scantily clad people. But there are no references that I can find, and I'm going to look, and I have looked, that say you need to cover yourself, or you shouldn't dress scantily. Now, it does talk a little bit about don't lust or don't covet thy neighbor's things, wives, ass. But that's on the individual. That isn't on the other person. I shouldn't covet the other person's wife or husband or things, but that shouldn't stop that other person from having or dressing. Now, there are societal norms. That aside, something like this, a girl in a bikini. It used to be commonplace. Society kind of goes through ebbs and flows, and in the 70s, it was kind of free love, and people weren't so uptight. Remember the bathing suit calendars? Don't see those anymore. Remember, like back in the 20s or the 30s, there were actually police, so to speak, or I don't know, checkers that would measure the length of your skirt to make sure, at the beach, the length of your knickers, to make sure that they were below the knee. And then, of course, fast forward to G-strings and bikinis, spaghetti strings bikinis and stuff in the 70s and 80s, and nowadays there's one pieces. There's still bikinis out there, but that's that's beachwear, which I don't get. It's okay to wear that attire at the beach, but it's not okay to wear it, say, at Walmart. Don't get me wrong. I'm not I'm not getting ready to put my Speedos on and walk down Walmart. But why is it not okay to walk? This is going way out there. Why is it not okay to walk through Walmart in a bikini or in a Speedo, in a tank top? But it's perfectly fine, albeit some people look better than others in Speedos and tank tops down the beach. You don't think anything of it if there was a sidewalk down the beach or on the beach itself. You're still looking at the same person in the same form, just the different setting. Now, granted, you wouldn't go to work like that, obviously. Hopefully, people know that. But I don't quite understand the stigma of people wearing revealing clothing, especially, well, there's differences of opinions on that, but especially if it accentuates the person's outward appearance, if they enjoy looking like that. And of course there's arguments, well, she's asking for trouble, or he's asking for trouble, or he's just he's being full of himself. I think there's something in the Bible that says mind your own business. But anyway, I really don't have a goal for this talk. Just kind of pointing out some observations about, well, one, about alcohol. That it expressly does not say that alcohol should be a banned substance, and there's nothing I've read that said that you should cover up from head to toe, or you should be conservative in your dress or anything like that. If you claim to be a Christian, that's nowhere that I can find. If you know where it's at, you know, post it in the comments, because I know there are standards or unwritten standards that many Christians perceive are there, but my profession is I have to work within rules and procedures, so I kind of go a little bit further and look at, okay, where's the root of why this is supposed to be, and if I can't find it, you know, I'm kind of compelled not to follow it to a certain extent, you know, within reason. But anyway, this is running along. So I hope there aren't Christians out there that are offended that I drink, but I'm not a drunkard. And you know, if somebody told you that you shouldn't drink if you're a Christian, well, you can tell them they're wrong. You can tell them I told them that they're wrong. And it says right here. All right. That's all I got for the night. Have a good rest of the week, guys. Take care. See you later.